This video is on point slope form. So far we've looked at a few things in regards to linear equations. We've looked at slope itself, which is not the equation of a line, but it helps us figure out the slope or rate of change in a particular problem, which was basically the change in y divided by the change in x. We did that back in Unit 3. Now so far in Unit 4 we've looked at slope-intercept, which is y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope, or we also call it the rate of change. And then b is the y-intercept, and in application problems we call it also the starting point. And now if we had a situation where we were given 2 points on a line and we were asked to find the equation of that line in slope-intercept form, the way we've been doing it is first we'd find slope. So you can see I did the change in the y is 4 minus 1 divided by the change in the x, 2 minus 3. That gave me 3 divided by negative 1, or negative 3 for my slope. I then substituted and I used 3 for x and 1 for y and substituted into slope-intercept, y equals mx plus b. So I substituted down here and I got 1 equals negative 3, which was my m, times 3 my x plus b. So 1 equals negative 9 plus b. I add 9 to both sides, so b is 10. And I have my equation, y equals negative 3x plus 10. There's another way to write linear equations without going through that process. And since I want you to be experts, I want you to learn multiple ways. And this other way is called point slope form. It's y minus k equals m times x minus h, where h and k are a point on the line that is a solution. Sorry about that interruption. As I was saying, the h and the k in this equation are just a point, where h will stand for the x value of a point and k will stand for the y value of a point, but it's any point that's a solution. So using those same 2 points, I already know the slope. I'll show you it again. It was 4 minus 1 divided by 2 minus 3, and we got that to be negative 3. Now what I can do is I can choose either point to be h and k. So let's try 3, 1. I'll make that my h and my k. And it goes in alphabetical order just like x, y did. Okay? So I would do y minus k, so minus 1, equals m, negative 3, times x minus h, which is 3. And then if I'm supposed to leave it in point slope form, I'm done. That means I have a line that has a point at 3, 1 with a slope of negative 3. Okay? The other way you could write this is you can put the k on the other side. Now please understand, k is not b, and I'll show you why. This time I'll do it with 2 and 4. I'll make that my h and my k. So it's the same numbers, so I get y equals negative 3 times x minus 2 plus 4. Okay, so what I did is I moved the k over. See, in this original one I had k over on the left. If I add a k to both sides, I now get k on the right. And that's fine. Either one's right. And let me show you why k isn't b. Let's distribute that negative 3. So that's negative 3x plus 6 plus 4. So hey, I get back to that original slope-intercept equation of y equals negative 3x plus 10. So k is not b because of that distribution that needs to happen. However, this form would be acceptable point slope form. The next thing I want to do is have you convert if something is in point slope form back into standard form, which is, remember, that's ax plus by equals c. A, b, and c have to be integers, and a has to be greater than 0. Or I guess it can be equal to 0 as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is distribute the 7. So y minus 1. Y minus 1 equals 7x plus 35. I want standard form, so I'm going to subtract 7x because I need to move it to the left. So I have negative 7x plus y minus 1 equals 35. I need to move the 1 to the right, so I add 1 to both sides. So negative 7x plus y equals 36. But the issue is a is negative. So I'm going to multiply everything by a negative 1, which will give me 7x minus y equals negative 36. And that's how I can convert between point slope form and standard form. And then finally, let's do one more where we convert to slope intercept. So I want it in terms of y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to end up with y equal just all by itself on the left. First I'll distribute my negative 3. So y plus 6 equals negative 3x plus 12. And then finally I just subtract the 6 from both sides. So y equals negative 3x plus 6. You have a few practice problems on Haiku, and the answers are already in our answer folder. I will see you in class.